Stroke. Why your brother or your papa go get stroke? Eh? Listen, let me educate you. First of all, stroke simply means brain attack, just like we have heart attack. Do you understand me? How it happens? It happens because of blockage of blood supply to the brain or bleeding inside the brain or around the brain. Do you understand? The blockage of blood supply to the brain, you know that the heart pumps blood to all parts of the body. Do you understand? Including the brain. There is a pipe. There is a pipe that runs from the heart to the brain. When the heart pumps blood passes from the heart to the brain through this pipe. And that pipe is called cerebral artery. Now, if the cerebral artery blocks, you have stroke. Or there is bleeding inside the brain. Maybe inside the brain we have a lot of blood vessels wired in the brain, a lot of pipes supplying blood to the brain, a lot of them there. So when any of them bursts, that is rupture, that's what we call it. If any of them ruptures inside the brain, you have stroke. Or there is rupture of blood vessel outside the brain, that is between the brain and the skull, that causes stroke. Now we have two types of stroke. We have ischemic stroke, the one that happens as a result of blockage of this blood vessel, which is called a cerebral artery, that carries blood from your heart to your brain. Then we also have hemorrhagic stroke, the one that happens as a result of bleeding inside your brain or around the brain, that is between the brain and the stroke. We have two types of ischemic stroke. We have thrombotic ischemic stroke. We have embolic ischemic stroke. Thrombotic ischemic stroke, here there is blockage of this pipe carrying blood from the heart to the brain, caused by a clot particle called thrombus. That is blood or cause what we call clots. Blood, clot. Or block this pipe and supply blood from the heart to the brain. That is what we call thrombotic ischemic stroke, because of the thrombus. That clot is called thrombus. That is where we derive the name thrombotic ischemic stroke. Now, in the embolic ischemic stroke, there is a particle formed in the other parts of the body, the heart, the liver. It could be air bubble, it could be fat deposits that will come and block this pipe that sends blood from the heart to the brain. That is what we call embolus. When the embolus is swept from that particular part of the body where it is formed through this pipe that supplies blood to the brain, and it causes blockage. You understand? Once this blockage is caused, you have what we call embolic ischemic stroke. You understand? Then let's come to hemorrhagic stroke. And in hemorrhagic stroke, there is bleeding inside the brain or around the brain. That's the brain, between the brain and the skull. Do you get it? Now, we have two types of this hemorrhagic stroke. Do you understand me? We have subarachnoid hemorrhagic stroke. Subarachnoid means that there is bleeding between the brain and the skull. Do you understand? Then we also have intracerebral hemorrhagic stroke. In this case, there is bleeding inside the brain, not outside. Do you understand me? These are the common types of stroke that we have. But we have what we call TIA, transient ischemic accident. This TIA is a kind of ischemic stroke, but it can only last for 24 hours. What happens here is that if there is blockage of this pipe that sends blood from the heart to the brain, the person will have temporary stroke that will not last more than 24 hours. It corrects on its own. Do you understand it now? No, the me la village, Lara village, Lara Lakbo, Luata stroke, Meregesi. I said that stroke. I said that stroke. Who going to send this stroke? Not be illiterate. It ignorant of what is happening to you. Now, let me come to what can actually cause these things. You have high cholesterol. You understand? The man doesn't shit too much. They cause other blockage. Also have, there are some drugs that you'll be, you'll be on that can cause what we call aneurysm. Aneurysm is that some of those blood vessels, those pipes supply blood to your brain can have a weak point, maybe at this point you have a very weak place, you understand? And when it bursts, you have stroke. Use of illicit drugs like cocaine. Buy cocaine, and then uncontrolled hypertension. BP. BP can actually cause rupture of a blood vessel in your brain and you have stroke. Okay, na name neku. Not mean we stroke now. We not send out the stroke from the village. Abod.